I'm Mary Kathryn Ewing. Some of you guys I may know or not know, but looking forward to getting to know each and every one of you guys. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today, and thank you for all the forgiveness ahead of the gang. As you know, I dive in and fill in some big shoes for Andrea. But just a little of my background on myself. I started my journey with Partner Co. as a customer. I was just looking for a solution that worked for me, myself, and I, and my health. And within the first couple of weeks, actually the first few days, I saw results. And then definitely within those first few weeks, and it literally lit a fire in me that I didn't know that I needed. I decided to share what was helping me, and what started as my personal transformation then obviously turned into something much bigger. I'm now down 89 pounds. I've gained a new level of energy, confidence, and I've helped so many others do the same. So, Partner Co has completely changed my life, physically, emotionally, financially, and I am passionate about helping you feel confident sharing it too. So, today I'm excited to walk you through how to use boards so that you can grow your business with ease. So if you give me a quick second, I'm actually going to share my screen. And that way you guys can follow along. Feel free to take any snapshots. You may already have access to this. Let's see. And I will go through that to show you where you can find that. All right. And we should be golden. All right. Perfect. So this is your getting started training. We do have it in 2 pieces. So please feel free that if you would like to drop off after this or continue staying, more the merrier. And we'll definitely take some questions at the end. So first and foremost, we like to tell people to look at their Facebook profile and get it into professional mode. This is an example of how you would do so. Ignore that blue strip where it says professional dashboard. Obviously, for this example, she's already in professional mode. But all you would do is you would open up your Facebook page, you would select those 3 little dots, and you then are going to have many options as you see on the right-hand side. And towards the bottom, you'll see turn on professional mode. Obviously, for this example, it says turn off. But for your case, you would want to turn on professional mode. And the reason that we tell people, this is the best way to go is multiple reasons. For one, if you have this ability, definitely do it because you have the ability to schedule your post ahead of time. And in this busy, crazy life that we live, especially those of us that work, whether it's part-time, full-time, or maybe you don't technically have a job, but you're involved in many other activities and you have family and friends and events and all the things. So long story short, scheduling those posts definitely help. You can do it a few days out, a week out, a month out. And I will say that if for some reason you do not have this option, there are some workarounds. You can definitely Google it or reach out to any of us that could help you to do so, especially if you're working in other platforms like Instagram. So we can definitely show you that. But you definitely want to be in professional mode if you are able to. Also, you want to branch out your reach. You want your post to be public, especially while you're diving in to the business. Now, this is our layout that we also have in our boards. So please feel free to take a screenshot. We also, like I said, have this in our boards. But I will say that, a lot of our leaders have created their own boards. The boards that we use is a good foundation. So if for some reason you don't have access, again, reach out and we can get this to you. So this is kind of our foundation as far as getting started. So first and foremost, we want to make sure that you download boards. So I'm going to assume that all of you guys on this call or watching at a later date that you've already downloaded boards. If for some reason you have not downloaded boards, please reach out to us and we can get you linked with that and also get the appropriate board for you to have huge success. So our next item is going to be our Telegram. And our Telegram group is the Partner Co communication channel. This is fantastic. This is where we're going to post all of our flyers and any type of Zooms, educational learning. For example, this call today was posted, and then we have other calls that I'll discuss here in just a second, posted there as well, that has additional information that you can share with your team and also have for your own personal knowledge. Super, super helpful. Definitely make sure to have that notification on so when it comes through your phone, you're able to stay up to date. The next item is going to be the Circle of Health, one of my absolute favorite groups. It's a free resource, so why wouldn't you dive in, especially if you just want to be a fly on the wall? But this Circle of Health is a place where we definitely like to add all of our droppers, all of our customers, and obviously ourselves are in there. But it's a great resource, whether it's any additional guidance or recipes, or maybe other individuals that may relate to some of your customers a little bit better than you, depending on, their health or where they're at in their health journey. And so this place, we want to make sure that it stays as positive as possible. And so whenever we get on there to ask any questions or give any advice, so to speak, we definitely want to be as positive as we can be. And we want it to be a good experience for not only our customers, but for everyone else's. There's thousands and thousands of people in there. So we definitely want to set a great example and teach that to our team members. And then, of course, our customers that we're able to then transition to our team members. So definitely get on that Circle of Health if you are not already on there. Dr. Crystal and Ashley Paulson have done a phenomenal job when they started this group, and it has just blossomed ever since. The next Facebook group that we definitely tell people about is the Partner Co Nation. So your Circle of Health is going to be for your customers, strictly for your health journey. And the Partner Co Nation is actually where we would discuss business, any business questions, definitely recognitions. That's huge, huge for us. We want to make sure that we can recognize every single person possible on all their advances and everything else. So we definitely want to make sure that we are in there, especially within the business. And again, we want that to be a positive experience as well. But just so that you can decipher the two, your Circle of Health is going to be for the health journey and strictly for, your customers, no business talk whatsoever. And then Partner Co Nation is where you could then transition if you had any business type questions and we can help each other out. Give me 1 second, and I don't know if I'm so sorry. I have some people in the waiting room. And of course, trying to multitask this is not helping me.
Mary Kathryn, I can help you if you'd like. I can help let people in.
Okay, that would be awesome. I'm trying to see. There we go. All right. Where are you, Valerie? I'm so sorry, guys.
I'm right here, if you can find me.
Okay. Bear with me, bear with me. Okay, let's see. Sorry, guys. So sorry. All right. We good?
Got it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Valerie. And thank you guys so much for bearing with me. I'm so sorry about that technical difficulty. All right. So we were just discussing about Partner Co Nation. And now we are going to transition to the Partner Co-Share app. This is an app that you get for free with your package. It is absolutely amazing. I love it for so many reasons, but our company does an amazing job at putting any additional information for all of our products that we can then share with our customers and team members. So our marketing department does a phenomenal job of making all those flyers for us, any pictures that we want to add, any graphics, and then of course the amazing backgrounds. I'm actually utilizing one on my Zoom call, so I love that. And they're constantly adding to it, changing. They also have some videos, so definitely go check that out if you have not already. You can access your back office through the app as well. I personally utilize just going through regular internet and going through the link on my desktop. But again, it just depends on what your preference is, but you can access your dashboard through the Partner Co-Share app as well. And these next three items, three of my absolute favorite. The Coach's Corner is Monday through Friday, and it's 15 minutes of positivity with Brent and Andrea. It just sets your day to an amazing start. We have a different word each and every day, and not everyone on there is within our business. It's open to anyone, and they also record these. So if for some reason you miss them, you can go back and listen to it, which I do often, especially when I want to get back in that positive mindset. So definitely encourage you and your team members to get on that Coach's Corner. Definitely not wasted time at all to start your day that way. And then the next item is our IPA Zoom. This is an absolute phenomenal Zoom, especially for those that are wanting to make this a business. It is 45 minutes. It's 9:15 Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. And they've actually started where they have some special guests and various topics, whether it be on products or maybe certain things going on, events that were just huge successes. And Todd Rowland has those loaded on his YouTube channel. So this is definitely a number one Zoom that I would highly encourage you guys to join, where you can get all the tips and tricks and what people are doing around the world to produce business within the past 24, 48 hours. And basically they share it with us, and then we can take it and we can run with it. And I have picked up so many tips and tricks that have personally helped me in my business. And I definitely recommend this IPA Zoom. And again, these IPA Zooms, if they do have people coming in that are special guests or focusing on certain topics, they have flyers, they have information where we can see that in our Telegram group, as well as they'll post it in Partner Co Nation, for example. And then the last one is our Wednesday Wisdom, 30 minutes of training and celebration, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time every Wednesday. We actually have an amazing one lined up this evening, 8 p.m. Central Time. And Brent Palmer and Andrea do this, and basically bringing on individuals that are having huge success, or maybe they had an amazing event, and sharing some of those tips and tricks as well. So all of this is free resources. So if you're anything like me, it's one of those things where it's like, if it's free, why not? Let's dive in. So hopefully you guys are linked to all of these items that we discussed. And if for some reason you're not, please dive in. And if you do have access to our boards, you can actually pull it up, and you should be able to actually click on the links itself and be able to join. But again, as I've said previously, if for some reason you do not have that, just reach out to us and we can definitely get that for you. Now, diving into our social launch. So this is going to start with a personal post, and we do recommend that you post twice a day, 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock every single day. And the reason for these times is that's the high traffic times that have been reported. Of course, if for some reason you cannot post at those two times, please pick two other times that work for your schedule and just be consistent. The biggest piece is being consistent, so that all those individuals that are watching you out there, they're really going to see, how much fun you're having, all the success, and they will at some point engage as well, and hopefully clasp on and go running with you. Now, with those posts, we do have in boards 6 weeks actually. In our boards, some may have more, and obviously you can have your own in addition to that. But I will tell you that in the order that they are laid out, definitely do it in that order. There's a rhyme and reason, there is some strategic planning behind that. And so we want to make sure to post those at 9 and 3. But then also, you want to post in between any engagement post, anything that's going to get anybody out there involved, basically. Here lately, we've been doing a lot of recipes. Maybe you're taking pictures of outside, you're on a trip, maybe there's a quote. I mean, there's so many ideas. And again, this is another piece that is given in our IPAs of various ideas that work for us. And so you definitely want to do those engagement posts because people want to go to your Facebook page and they want to see one that you're a real person. They don't just want to see about the drops, but also they want to get to know you. It's all about building the relationships and being able to run with it. So, super easy, great foundation. Anyone can do it. And we just have an amazing system that works. So, you do follow the order, but you will notice if you have access to our boards that the first post is actually where you can make a personal post. So, maybe you need to change up the verbiage a little bit so that it relates to you. But you also want, when you're diving out there, you want all of your followers, friends, and anyone seeing your post for the first time. It's better if they can actually see you and see what you're diving into. Basically, you're asking them to come along for the ride that you're diving into something amazing. And then you would go to your 9 and 3 post. So, again, if you need any guidance with that, your upline, sideline, downline, we all love to help each other out. We can help you with that. And so, you want to make sure that you do have the boards downloaded because we have some amazing scripts on there where it's literally just a copy and paste or just a click, depending on what kind of device you have. And it's super simple. So this is where I say less is more. So you want to follow the scripts. And when they comment on any of your posts about the drops, you then will let them know that you will send them some additional information. And that's where you would then transition to Facebook Messenger, for example. And that's where you could give them some additional information. So that's basically where we want to kind of transition them to. And I know I have referenced Facebook just for you guys to be aware of. Facebook is our foundation. That's the one social media platform that we focus on. And then obviously we branch out to Instagram, TikTok, or what have you. But our main foundation is going to be Facebook. And that's the one that we really focus on for these purposes. So just food for thought. But yes, definitely use the scripts, make it simple, and don't veer off. So if the script says it as simple as it is, that's literally all you need to send to them. And then they will ask their next question. Don't try to send them all the scripts that you have available. And with that being said, as far as our post, if you're not familiar with our post that we have laid out for the 6 weeks, don't go in there and try to change any verbiage or anything. Again, it's strategically mapped out like that because, again, we want people to know that we are real people. And, if there's a typo, or if there's multiple spaces or emojis or whatever it may be, there's a reason for that. I look, I'm going to be completely honest. When I first started, the OCD in me kicked in and I wanted to change post. And luckily, I was told right out the gate, hey, don't change those because there's a rhyme and reason. And believe it or not, it is true. And so I had to bite my tongue and just dive in and do it. And lo and behold, I was able to see some of those amazing rewards with following the system just like it's laid out. So, our next thing is going to be to add customers to the circle of health. We mentioned this just a little bit ago, but we definitely want to add the customers to the circle of health. And we want to tag them when there's a win. We want to send them videos. There's an amazing Dr. Crystal video. And with the Let's Get Started, it's I think 1 to 2 minutes, short and sweet. And so we want to immediately get our customers involved, not only in the circle of health, but we definitely want to send them that video, but also you can tag them within the circle of health so that they can be aware of that within the group. And then, of course, we want to follow up weekly with our customers, and we just want to love on them. We want to build that relationship, and we only want the best for them. We want them to succeed. And if for some reason we don't know the answer, we have so many people that we can reach out to and be able to help them even further. Now, this is our customer flow. So when getting started, what we like to do is a three-way text, whether it's with your upline, downline, sideline, whoever that you decide to do that three-way text with, you want to get them involved immediately. That way they don't just have you, but now they have an additional person that's cheering them on and helping them along the way. And it's super amazing, especially when, if you bring in another individual that may be able to relate a little bit better to them. Maybe they're going to have some questions along the way and you all can tag team. So it's an amazing thing, super easy, highly recommend it. And so for week one, we want to set up for success. So again, you're setting up for success by starting that three-way call, that three-way text, so that they know that they not only have you, but they have that additional person that's there with them to help and handhold any way that they need. So we want to make sure to help them with any problem solving within that first week, especially because that's usually when they are going through their detox. Everybody's body's different, but we want to reassure them that, some of the things they may be going through is strictly just, releasing all those toxins. So we encourage them to drink more water to help to flush out those toxins. And again, we're continuing to encourage them to that next step because we only want them to have amazing success. Around the week 2 time period is really when we're celebrating. This is usually when they're seeing the results. And so you're asking for that win. You're texting or you're calling and you're saying, tell me the good news. And they're coming back and they say, well, I've only lost 5 pounds. And of course, we come back and we say, only 5 pounds. That's amazing. That's 5 pounds more that you've lost that you didn't lose last week. So, it's an ability for us to celebrate and be enthusiastic and excited for them and continue to push them on their health journey. And it also gives us the ability if they, maybe have a few obstacles or maybe they're wanting to dive in a little bit deeper, we can then have some of those discussions. So then by week 3, at this point, they're going to be almost out of their drops and ready for another box. So we want to have that discussion with them. And we may have had it previous, just depends on how that week 2 call went. But especially for those that maybe we haven't heard from in 3 weeks, we've reached out to them, but for whatever reason, they've been busy and hadn't been able to connect with us. And so we want to make sure that they have their next box in time before they completely run out. And that's where we can have the discussion as far as, are they a 1, 2, or 3? And these options are in your boards. And this gives them the layout as far as, would you like to continue being a customer or would you like to transition and get a better bang for your buck, basically, where you can get it at wholesale pricing. And that's where you can have those conversations. And then, of course, our week 4, we're continuing to love on them. And if for some reason we didn't convert them yet, again, we still want to love on them. Sometimes we may have individuals that say it just didn't work for me, and we want to be as positive as we can be. And please, ask them to please stay in our circle of health group. We would love to help in the near future if time allows. And definitely, give them a few pointers, some additional information, and basically, just be as positive as we can be to help them, because we do have a lot of people that maybe they just weren't ready yet. And then a month down the road, they come back and they're 110% ready to dive in. And hey, it's game over from there and nothing but up and all the positivity possible. So at this time, we are actually going to, I'm going to open it up for quick questions.